The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
Reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus was teaching in a synagogue on the Sabbath, and the woman who was there for 18 years had been crippled by a spirit. She was bent over, completely incapable of standing erect. When Jesus saw her, he called to her and said, "Woman, you are set free of your infirmity." He laid his hands on her, and she at once stood up straight and glorified God. But the leader of the synagogue, indignant that Jesus had cured on the Sabbath, said to the crowd in reply, "There are 6 days when work should be done. Come on those days to be cured, not on the Sabbath day." The Lord said to him in reply, "Hypocrites, does not each one of you on the Sabbath untie his ox or his ass from the manger and lead it out for watering? This daughter of Abraham, whom Satan has bound for 18 years now, ought she not to have been set free on the Sabbath day from this bondage?" When he said this, all his adversaries were humiliated, and the whole crowd rejoiced at all the splendid deeds done by him. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Sometimes it's good to be reminded of certain things that we know about ourselves and about our identity, but may not be living with the consciousness of that or of that knowledge. And so it's so beautiful to hear St. Paul reminding us in the first reading this morning that we are sons and daughters of God, adopted children of God. And that takes us back to reflect on John chapter 1, where John said, "Those who receive the Lord, he will empower." He gives power to become children of God. Brothers and sisters, we are not debtors to the flesh, to live according to the flesh. As children of God, deified by God, raised to the enviable position of becoming sons and daughters of God, we are no longer debtors of the flesh. We have been saved by God. We have become sons and daughters in the Son, sons and daughters of God. We have received the Spirit of God as His sons and daughters, and St. Paul reminds us that we did not receive a spirit of slavery to fall back into fear. So we are not slaves of fear. We are not slaves of the devil. We are children of God. Being enslaved to fear implies being enslaved to the devil. Let us reflect on that God does not want us to be afraid and wants us to be free. He yearns to reach out to us all the time, even when we are afraid, because He doesn't want us to be there. If you meditate or reflect a little bit more deeply on the gospel text of today, you will discover that between this woman who suffered for 18 years and her freedom from what she was suffering from, there were two obstacles. a spiritual obstacle and a physical obstacle. The reaction of the synagogue official after her healing revealed that there were human obstacles also, preventing her from receiving her healing because it is Sabbath. And Jesus broke barriers, the barriers set by the devil, Satan, that held her down for those years, and the barriers set up by human beings. Reflecting on these two, we should be reminded that God yearns to reach out to us because we are his children, and he does not want us to be crippled by fear. So we ask for the grace and strength to put our trust in him consistently, and knowing that he loves us, and let us just be children in his hands, in our smallness, in our weakness, in our struggles, and in our trust.